up, folks?
What's going on, y'all? I want to welcome you if you're new to the channel. I know we're still just barely getting started, but there's nothing like speaking things into the existence. So, hey, all my new subbies and all my current subbies, welcome back. Y'all know how to come back with another video. Fire truck being disrespectful, but we're going to keep it trucking. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. I'm trying to hurry up because we can't see behind me. It is very cloudy. We're actually under tornado watch, so I was like, I'm outside. It's nice on this side of the sun, so let me hurry up and make this video. But anyway, if you can't tell by the title, we're discussing a few things that you can do while on vacation if you are saved or trying to live a clean, holy life. Y'all know this channel is all about travel, family, inspiration, and Christianity. I'm sorry if you're not a Christian. I still would love for you to subscribe. There's other things you can learn from me. But in this video in particular, we are talking about a few things that somebody actually requested this video. So I want to go ahead and make this video for somebody else that may have a question on this as well. So I was asked, how do I go on vacation and still enjoy myself living saved? Because most times when you see a lot of these videos, I know for me, when I've looked up videos about Cancun and Jamaica and all these other places that I visited, a lot of the videos are geared towards the turn up, and by that turn up, we're talking about drinking, partying, smoking, all that good stuff. Especially if you're going to an all-inclusive, it can be very difficult to not want to participate in the turn up. So you want to enjoy your vacation, but you're trying to figure out how can I still have fun in such an environment. Well, that's what this video is going to be about, and I'm going to go ahead and help you with that. So I do got my phone here so I can look at my notes, because y'all know I got mom brain. I be forgetting stuff. So one of the things that I can recommend is to get my camera die. Okay, new camera, y'all. Gotta make sure it didn't die. It blacked out on me. One of the things I can recommend for you to do is enjoy some of the other shows and clean activities. Whether you're on a cruise or on a destination vacation, there's always some shows or other activities that you can get involved in, especially when it becomes nighttime. I know sometimes as saved people, we can start feeling like we got to go in the house when the night falls. And that's not true. We can still have just as much fun as anybody else. Whether we make our own fun, and I'm going to get to that later, or if we enjoy some of the other shows and activities that they have either on the resort or on the cruise ship. I know I went on a Carnival cruise, and there was karaoke, and it was very fun and clean. There was karaoke. There were comedy shows that were actually clean. There was a marriage show that was pretty clean. You don't have to always go to the bars and the clubs and all of that to have fun. There's other activities, other shows. There's movies that they show on the deck, and that's specifically pertaining to a cruise. But let's say you're on a destination vacation, whether you're at a resort, all-inclusive resort or something. I know it's common to the nightlife, the drinks, the bars, everything's popping at that time of night. But there's usually some type of activity put on by the entertainment committee for each of different resorts where you can enjoy stuff like that. So I would say just find some nice clean shows in the area. If you're out in a resort and you want to get off the resort, go explore the culture. It all depends on where you're going, but I know like Mexico, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, I was able to find clean activities that were either on my resort or off my resort that didn't compromise my salvation, it didn't compromise my Christian walk. So that's one tip that I can give you. So this one is pertaining as far as drinking. So especially if you're at an all-inclusive. Now the cruise, you just don't buy the drink package and you ain't gonna be drinking. And that's with any cruise line. It doesn't matter which one you're going on. But as far as if you're at an all-inclusive, this is more towards all-inclusive resort. I discovered something that I was pregnant on a lot of my cruises. I mean, not cruises, but a lot of my resort all-inclusive vacations. But not only that, I don't drink. So somebody recommended me to get the mixed fruit juices, and you actually order them at the bar or the restaurants, anywhere where you can get drinks from. But it's mixed fruit juice, so it's the same juices. And the thing about overseas is the juice is so much fresher and it's so much more refreshing, and it's healthier. So every time I would order something to drink, whether it was at the bar, and I didn't go to the bar just because I wanted to. Sometimes that's the only places where you can get drinks at some of the all-inclusive locations. I would order mixed fruit juices, or I would order an actual alcoholic beverage without the alcohol, so to speak. So you can get like a pina colada without the alcohol, or a strawberry daiquiri without the alcohol, if it's not already pre-mixed. Some of the drinks are pre-mixed, and so they can't separate the alcohol. But if you're a non-drinker, then I recommend getting a mixed drink or some kind of drink that does not involve alcohol, or you can ask them to not put the alcohol in it. So that's a tip that I have on that, and it works for me. Like, sometimes I get them to put it in a cute glass or whatever, and it's not to tip over and try to make you feel like you're drinking something. It's just you're on vacation. You want to enjoy a nice, refreshing beverage, but you don't drink. So that's just a little thing that I do. Another tip would be to explore the local town or wherever you are, if you're on a all-inclusive or some type of resort destination, or a land destination. Now, if you're on a cruise, of course, there's port days, and then if it's not a port day, then you would go back to my first tip, which was to go to some of the other clean activities on the ship. But if you're in a destination vacation, then you're going to want to maybe go out and explore, do some sightseeing. A lot of the touristy areas in most countries are open late, so you don't have to necessarily participate in the club scene or something like that, but there may be some shopping district or something that's open late that you can go and do. If it's daytime, of course, then there's all kinds of things open. If not, I say go out if you're not afraid of the dark or something like that. I would say take a nice stroll along the beach if you're at that type of vacation spot. I know I've done it a couple times when everything starts getting a little rowdy and I'm not quite ready for bed yet. Me and my husband will go walk along the beach or something and talk and listen to the ocean waves and stuff. And I mean, these phones got flashlights on them, so it ain't like you can really, not see. I mean, and then of course it depends on what. I would say stay in a tourist area if you're doing this though. So don't go venture off too much, and then you're not able to get, be in a safe place. But if you are in a safe place, if you're at a resort that's off the beach or something, take a stroll across the beach. Across the beach, Lord. Don't go across the beach. Take a stroll along the beach if you're not on a solo trip. If you're with somebody. If you are on a solo trip, of course, use caution. Maybe play some worship music, and walk along the beach and listen to the waves. If you're with someone, take someone with you and go on a nice walk. Just something that you can do if you're not quite ready to go to bed yet, but you still want to, be out and enjoy your time. This is a big one regardless of which of these activities you do or any activity that you do. I always recommend set your own atmosphere. Like, we are atmosphere setters as Christians, and so if you're in an environment where you feel like it's too much, I know some people say, oh, the music was too much, the environment's too much. Remove yourself from that environment if you have to go to that extreme. If you're in that, like me, music don't bother me. I know it can get in your spirit and stuff like that, so I either carry my AirPods or I remove myself from the environment. If it's too vulgar. Now, if it's not vulgar and it's, just some dance music or love music or something like that, those kind of things don't really bother me, but you know what your struggles are. So if you feel like you're in an environment where you feel like it's being your Christianity or your thoughts or whatever is being compromised, remove yourself from that environment or change your atmosphere. I know, like, I'm walking in Walmart sometimes and they're playing a song that used to get me, whatever. I have to shift, and I don't allow it to take me back. Now, I'm not about to sit there in no open spot and they playing Knuck If You Buck, and I know that song gets me wanting to be ready to fight. So I tune that out. I gotta go somewhere, or if it gets too vulgar or too rowdy, remove yourself from that situation. If it's still pretty calm and it's something you can control, then always remember that you can set your own atmosphere. And that will go back to tip number 1 of going to clean activities and stuff. There are going to be playing music that is not necessarily Christian music, but it's not super vulgar and it's not super raunchy. If you can handle that, then that's fine. But if you can't even handle that, then I would say remove yourself and maybe go find something else to do. One good thing about any destination, whether it's a cruise or resort or whatever, there's always some quiet place where you can go. I know I went to a destination in Mexico. They had a nice little coffee shop. Go there and have conversation with some friends, or sit by the pool where the music is not. There's usually several pools or whatever. If you're on a cruise, I know we had a cruise on Carnival. There's a library on the cruise. Go sit in there and talk, or find a nice quiet area if you're not quite ready to go back to your stateroom or your room or wherever you are, depending on what kind of vacation you're on. Just remember, you can always set your own atmosphere. And of course, pray. Just pray. Ask God to guard your heart and your mind, your spirit, your eye gates, your ear gates. Because you are on vacation. You want to enjoy yourself, but at the end of the day, we still have a standard to uphold, and we still have to, be conscious of what comes in our ears and our eye gates and stuff like that. So I hope that kind of helps. Hopefully, maybe I can do more But those are the things that help me when I'm on vacation and still remembering that I am, still safe. One more thing I want to point out: if you're traveling with family or friends, well, hopefully you don't have friends that are super rowdy. But if you're going with family members and those family members don't quite live the way that you live, remember that you can always be vocal about the things that you want to partake in and don't want to partake in, and if they're loving, they should be able to understand that. I know I come from a family where they're heavy drinkers, heavy partiers. I like to have a good time, but they also know I don't get down like that no more. So I can still function. Now, when it starts to get to be too much, I know how to remove myself. So don't feel like you can't be around family or can't be around your friends if they're in that lifestyle. Now, I know sometimes we have friends that we've had from way back. You don't want to conform to what they're doing. You want them to conform to what you're doing. So if you feel like it's too much, then you can always remove yourself or let them know, hey, it's starting to get a little crazy for me. I'm going to go ahead and either go to the room or go find something else to do. Don't feel obligated to have to revert to what they're doing, especially on vacation. I know we want to have a good time, we want to have fun, but if you're trying to withhold a certain standard, sometimes you have to go to the extremes, and that's okay. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about that. I know I've had to do it several times, and I don't feel bad about it. My family knows me, they know how I get down, at least I hope, and if they don't, then I don't know, tell them. But don't feel like you can't be with your family, but at the same time, don't feel like you have to compromise with what they're doing if that's the kind of life that they live. So again, I hope this helps. I pray that you like, follow, subscribe, share all these great tips. I have plenty more tips coming, plenty more vacations coming. It's about to get exciting. We're taking the kids on quite a few vacations so that we can have content, we're getting around big families and traveling with big families, especially with small children. So I hope you tune in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.